crypto community. This is Jade, the XRP Martian, back with another article. This one is about Swift, actually. I think we did a video on the article that this one from Block Crypto is referring to. Well, no, it's basically covering by and large the same thing that we covered before in regards to Swift instant cross-border payments with Singapore's Fast. However, there's something that I guess is just because this person condensed all the different banks that are discussed in the article, and something kind of stood out to me. So I'm going to read these bank names, and you tell me if you notice right out the gate. And don't worry if you don't understand the link. I'm going to play that down for you after, right? So over 10 participating banks are participating in this trial that Swift conducted that allowed them to settle cross-border payments in 13 seconds. And this was between ANZ, which is the Australian New Zealand banking group, HSBC, Standard Chartered, and the Royal Bank of Canada. So, what do these four banks all have in common, aside from having tested Swift's network here? You know the answer, right? Well, I had to go dig because I hadn't heard of ANZ being a part of this little thing that everybody knows. HSBC, Standard Chartered, and Royal Bank are, partnered with Ripple. Here's article from Cobb. I think it's Cobb. Yeah, Alex wrote this one where he was breaking down, basically the beginning of this year, back in January, that Deutsche Bank was confirming that HSBC and Zoom are Ripple clients. Then, to ANZ, this goes back all the way to 2015, June of 2015. Australian banks, Westpac, and ANZ are experimenting with Ripple. So, no, that's not, we're talking about that one right now. But yeah, so there you go. It's very interesting, nonetheless, that of all the groups that they actually announced, of the over 10 banks that tested, they're all Ripple partners, all of them. Now, I want to see if we can find somebody else here in the article now that we actually have seen this, right? And so, let's pop down here real quick. We have, this is involving the Bangkok Bank, which again we know is another one, Singapore's bank. Bank of China, Singapore branch. So, is that SCB? Is that? I think that's actually SCB, isn't that? Or am I mistaken? No, it's Siam Bank. Siam Bank is SCB. So I don't know if this one is a partner. We'll see. Ripple. Do we have one for that? I'm not seeing a connection to this one, so maybe not all of them, right? But this may also be one that's under NDA for all we know. So it is interesting that nonetheless the majority of these financial institutions that are listed were actually Ripple partners, and it just didn't click for me the first time that I covered this. So I wanted to come back and do this because I also did the video, last, well, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday and Friday, where we were talking about the potential Cryptalk was sharing about, some kind of collaboration between Swift and Ripple. Well, now we see that Swift's many banks who are Ripple partners were the ones who participated in this particular Capricorn Group Bank, or Capricorn Bank is actually a Ripple partner, which is another one. So that's another addition. So that's 5 of the over 10 banks, right? Siam Commercial Banks. So there you go, 6. And yeah, Standard Chartered again. So yeah, 6 of however many banks, over 10 banks at least, right, that participated in this, are all RippleNet partners. Now it says in this article that the successful trial, which involved 17 banks across 7 countries. So again, when you factor in that there's 17 and we're only getting quotes from, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those. So, with 10 quotes, 7 of them, was it 7? Yeah, 7 of them being Ripple partners, and another 7 that we have no idea if they're Ripple partners or not. That seems a little too coincidental for me, especially after Cryptalk's tweet storm or little hints that he was feeding us about Swift and Ripple, and that this and whatever's going on would turn the ecosystem on its head. So this may be supporting evidence, and this came out back on the 18th, which was around the time that he that Cryptalk actually put that tweet out. So it might not even have been an insider thing. It might have just been him being like, "Hey, YouTubers, you dropped the ball. You missed something. And we did, potentially, right?" I don't know that I heard anybody else connect all those back to Ripple, and that's kind of a big deal. It's a big deal because if it's not good for us, that might be bad. But at the same time, we know that Ripple has come out multiple times, and Swift has come out. What I want to say rather is that we have witnessed over the last year, ever since really October of last year, we've watched this paradigm shift in the global financial system as many individuals, many high-ranking officials within the banking industry outside of Ripple have criticized Swift and talked about how competing or innovative fintech companies are giving them a run for their money. Now, granted, we don't usually hear them say Ripple by name, but we know that they're talking about Ripple because Ripple is the only coin in town when it comes to fintech digital currencies that are penetrating this marketplace and providing crazy cheap and fast transactions for any participating bank, right? And we know that it's not obviously just Ripple, it's also R3, but R3's core to settler uses XRP at its settlement layer for now. Will that change in the future? Who knows? But what's awesome is that we're seeing more and more evidence that this is really coming fast, swiftly, if I wanted to pun, right? And maybe even rapidly. Right? I'm done punning. I'm done punning off of all the little terminologies that we use here in the space and in this regard. But the point being, everyone, super exciting news and super interesting connection that I wanted to share with you that I really didn't, at least I didn't cover in my first video on the matter. And we still never heard back from David Schwartz debunking the new claim that there's now an agreement of some degree between Ripple and Swift, right? So maybe this to me is a little bit more of supporting evidence for that. But again, nothing is conclusive. We don't know for certain. This is just speculation and me just connecting, dots, right? Nothing in here. They don't even mention Ripple once in here, I don't believe. Make sure. Yeah, sorry for the sound there. But yeah, they don't mention Ripple even once. And I highly doubt they mention XRP because they don't even mention Ripple, right? So this is more so just speculative, just to get everybody's brain juices pumping, thinking about the possibilities and potentials of what kind of a system this is and why is it that this system is involving so many prominent Ripple partners. And again, this also comes in the wake of us finding out this is now saying that this is Europe and North American banks were trialing it, but our SCB and whatnot are, well, I guess they're Asian, yeah. So they don't list anybody from the Middle East, so no SABA or anything like that from them. So interesting stuff nonetheless. I'm just burning time now to make sure that we get up to the 10-minute mark. So thank you all for tuning in. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe and ring that bell so you can stay up to date with all my newest content. Sorry I'm all over the place today. My head's still kind of a little bit foggy. I'm still not back to 100%. But hopefully whatever the heck is wrong with me be good and clear by tomorrow, because I do feel a lot better than I did yesterday. So thank you for everybody for your support. Oh, and before I end this, I'm gonna have to give you a shout out in my next video as well, but I need to give a shout out to our boy Crypto Wolf, or Crypt Wolf rather, right? Crypto Wolf. Why are you not popping up in my thing? Fine, I'll go through our messages here. So XRP, oh, because XRP Crypto Wolf. So XRP Crypto Wolf is now the official BitTrue official's global ambassador. So for anybody out there who has any questions at all whatsoever regarding BitTrue, please be sure to reach out to XRP Crypto Wolf, and he will be more than happy to help educate you and inform you in any regard that any regard referring to BitTrue, right? So go over here to XRP Crypto Wolf's channel and please retweet this and share this out for him, so that everybody in the ecosystem can know that he is their global ambassador and that he's who you should be going to if you have any questions regarding BitTrue, right? So as always, once again, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see all of you in my next video on Mars.